everybody, it's Lisa here. So today's video I want to talk about the social situations when you are in eating disorder recovery, because it can definitely be tough and very hard, and facing social situations can be very triggering, very anxiety provoking. So today's video I want to give you some of my best tips on how I dealt with it and what I can recommend for you as well. Is this real? So the first thing definitely is your mindset, and what kind of mental self-talk you are having, like what kind of words you're saying to yourself. Because can you see how like when you're telling yourself that I'm gonna be anxious, I hate this and I want to go, I'm sure I will embarrass myself, or when you would tell yourself that I can do this, I want to do this, I want to go and enjoy time with my family and friends, this is my chance to grow and get stronger in my recovery, I can do this, I will support myself through it. Can you see how this second mindset is gonna be much more helpful? Because with the first mindset you're already setting yourself up with anxious thoughts. And you might think that your thoughts, like you can't help them, but you can. Like you have to reframe your thoughts, because nobody else will gonna do them for you. So even when you feel anxious, then reframe your thoughts and have these constant positive affirmations and mental supportive self-talk going on, because the way you think is gonna affect how you feel. So your mindset really is the number one thing. And the second thing that really helped me was to prepare. And here you can actually prepare mentally as well. For example, in your mind's eye, like you can close your eyes and you can imagine yourself, you know, in the social situation and responding how you want to respond, and seeing it in your mind's eye how you want it to go. Like you can do this like mental rehearsal, because actually your brain doesn't know the difference between the reality and self-imposed reality. So if you can rehearse it in your mind and your brain sees that you're already responding, you know, positively, you feel good in a social situations just by rehearsing it mentally. Like you are already reprogramming your brain, you're already rewiring your brain. So when you're actually presented with a real situation, your brain already feels that it has gone through it already in a positive way. So like this is what I mean with practicing, like a mental practicing. And another way to practice is like physically practicing social situations. And for example, what I mean here is that if you have somebody who you have trusted that you are recovering from an eating disorder, you can go out with them and go out in a restaurant with this person who loves you and supports you, who is there for you, and go out with them and have like little challenges and little situations where you can practice being social, but not in a big social event or something. For example, this is what I did with my husband. Back then he was my boyfriend. We went out to restaurants a lot, and I started to ask him like, can we go out and can we do this, and I want to eat there. And it was also like very anxiety provoking, and I was so out of my comfort zone because I was so used to knowing exactly what I'm gonna order, what I'm gonna get from restaurant. So I really started to practice like not knowing the menu, not knowing anywhere we are going, and I let him choose the places, and then when I got there I just randomly chose something from the menu. So, and as I did this over time, I was able to like eat anywhere, and I just felt normal because I did this mental, or actually physical practicing. And then when I had to go to some bigger social events, I was already so much stronger and mentally prepared, because I knew that I can eat pretty much anything and anywhere. So it wasn't a problem anymore. So practicing, whether mentally or physically, is actually very, very helpful. And I think one thing that people are afraid of the most when going to the social events is are people are gonna comment on their food or their body. You know, some people need to gain weight, and definitely we need to let go of restrictions, we need to eat more. So all of this provokes anxiety in our recovery in social situations, because yeah, like we are afraid what other people will think or say. Maybe we're gonna get into some embarrassing situations. And I just want to say one thing that like normally eating disorder will make everything worse. Like it magnifies what's going to happen. But like 99% of the time, like those magnified like situations are not going to happen. So just know that eating disorder is always going to make everything worse than in reality it's going to be. But like let's say somebody will comment on your food, somebody comments on your weight when you are in social situation, and actually this is very rude thing to do, and I can't imagine any good normal reasons for anybody to make comments on somebody's food or weight. But let's say they do, because some people are ignorant and they don't really think before they open their mouth. So what you can do is to prepare your responses. So you can just think your biggest fears, what anybody else will say in social event. Maybe it's about your weight gain, maybe it's about your food, like why you're now, I don't know, you have changed your diet. So what you can do is, yeah, like write down all of the biggest fears, what you think people will say, and then do the best to just prepare your responses, and also prepare your responses in a kind way, and stay honest with yourself. And if somebody is very rude, like yeah, you can say that, you know what, like I'm recovering from an eating disorder, like thank you for asking, but those kind of comments are really not necessary because I'm going through something. And if you want to talk about it privately, I'm very happy to do it, but this is simply not the time and place to start talking about this or something like that. And if it's your friends and family, sometimes you can talk with them beforehand. You can take your, I don't know, like one friend at a time or one family member at a time, and before the social event, like you can have this private talk with them so they know what you're going through. So when you're already in a social event together with all your family or your friends, then people already know about what you're going through, and I guess like nobody will bring it up. So this is another way to prepare, but also prepare your responses in any case somebody says something stupid. And my last best tip is that at the end of the day, yeah, like you are in recovery from an eating disorder, and it's not easy, and the eating disorder wants to make everything about food and to try to make the food perfect and eating perfect, and if it's not perfect, it's gonna panic and freak out. But at the end of the day, like try to focus on the social event, like why you're going there, and the friends and family you're gonna meet, the memories you're gonna make, the good time you can have, and also the fact that you are recovering, and this is a good opportunity to participate in your life and start to live again, and start to experience like normal life again, and also take it as a good challenge and good opportunity for you to grow stronger in your recovery. Because like don't do it for anybody else, like go to the social event for yourself. Like you don't need to do anybody a favor, but do a favor to yourself, because it can help you to get out of your eating disorder isolation, and also from the fact that your eating disorder wants you to hide and be in shame, and try to just enjoy yourself and focus on the fact that this event, it's not about food, it's about the experiences, it's about the memories, it's about the people. And do not let the eating disorder make everything about food and your weight, because at the end of the day, this is not what's the most important. Will you still be here? And also like just give yourself unconditional permission to eat, and just before going to the event, like make yourself this mental contract with yourself that you're not gonna overanalyze, you're not gonna overthink, you're just gonna have unconditional permission to eat, and enjoy the food and enjoy the time together with your friends or family or whatever the social event is. And yeah, I know you can do this, and I know it's scary, but the path to full recovery is through your fears and doing the opposite thing the eating disorder wants. So whatever you are afraid of, know that this is your door to full recovery. And yeah, so I really hope you liked today's video, you got something helpful, you got some support for the social events, because this is the time of the year. It's December, soon it's gonna be Christmas and New Year's, and yeah, so I wish you a great time and Merry Christmas, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
If I say how I feel, I don't wanna wake up one day and see you gone. Will you still be here? Will you still be here?